Hello, so today I'm going to take you through the purchase order section in the purchasing tab under logistics. So this section is very simple. It's an area where you can issue your purchase orders towards the vendor for any goods that you would like to purchase. So this section or this screen is divided into two parts. On the top, you can see the search area in which you can search for the specific purchase orders that you have previously issued in the system. So you can do that by either entering the purchase order numbers, the vendor name in specific, or the warehouse name, the status of the order as to whether it's new, posted, or closed, and the purchase order date. And finally, clicking on the search button. And then when you scroll down, there is a data area in which you can find all the previously entered purchase orders in the system. So once you search in this area, the search criteria will be going through all the data that you've entered here. And based on the criteria that matches the search that you've done, the system will generate the correct record that you're looking for. Now we're going to go through the process on how to create a new purchase order. So simply we can click on the add new button here. Once we do that, we'll be redirected to another screen in which certain types of information has been asked or requested by us to enter. So one of the informations that we have to enter, first of all, is the purchase order date. So which day are we allotting the purchase to happen? So let's say on Tuesday, the 8th of March. Then the warehouse name. So which warehouse are we requesting the purchase from? So ABC warehouse, warehouse 2, warehouse 1. So you can choose the warehouse that you've previously enlisted in the system from the drop-down list here. So let's say warehouse number 2. Then the vendor name, the vendor who is going to provide these goods to you. So it's the vendors will all be listed here and you can choose the specific vendor you're looking for. So let's say Sam in this case. Then when we scroll down, there is going to be some data that we have to enter about the items that we want to purchase. These items can be chosen from the drop-down list, which you have previously entered in the logistics setup. So right now I'm looking for furniture. Then the quantity that we want to order. So let's say if we want to order 12 and the unit price for each of them is 100. Okay. So once we do that, we will just click on add new. And once we click on add new, our record will be shown here. Then on the top also, there is an area known as conditions for ordering. So if there is any kind of conditions that you would like to place or mention with regards to this order, you can mention it here in the area. So let's say chairs should be black color. And then here we'll enter furniture 12 and new item exists. So then we'll click on save. Once we click on save, the purchase order will be placed and the record will be also entered in the system. So as you can see, my purchase order is here and its status is new because we just entered it. And then we're able to do a few things with this record that we've just entered. Either we can post it to make it a permanent purchase order, and the purchase order will be done and will be submitted and issued to the warehouse. Or we can, before the posting, we can edit it. We can edit and modify any kind of information or data that we might have entered wrongly in the system during the first time when we were entering all the data. Third, we can view it, view the record. Fourth, we can delete the record. So if you would like to delete this record from this purchase order list or data list, then you can easily do that by clicking on the delete button. Fifth, you can print this purchase order, so it will be issued automatically by the system. A purchase order receipt will be issued, an invoice, and you can have the option to print it. Then lastly is the audited info, which will give you information about if there is any users other than the admin who's using the system, this option allows you to view who was the last person who has edited the data or the specific record in this case in this system. So updated by will show you the username, and the modification time will show you the date and time as to when the modification was done. And finally, in order to also export this data that we're seeing in the system and to be able to use it, share it with other colleague members who do not have access in the system, we have an Excel button in which when you click on this, you can simply get an Excel formatted document, and this will enlist all the data that you're just seeing right now, categorized in the same way, but you're able to share it across other people and with other people and other platforms. You can edit it for your own references. And it's basically an easier way to share the data that you are having in your system. So this is how you can go around using the purchase order tab in the logistics purchasing area section. So that is all for today. Thank you so much.